Hey everyone, welcome back to History Matters, where we bring you fascinating facts about the world's most famous masterpieces. Today, we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about the Mona Lisa. Trust me, you won't want to miss number 7. It's crazy. Let's get started. Number 1. It's smaller than you think. While the Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world, its actual size often surprises people. Measuring just 30 by 21 inches, 77 by 53 centimeters, it's closer to the size of a standard poster than the massive, grand-scale artwork many might expect. Compared to other iconic paintings, like The Birth of Venus by Botticelli, roughly 5.5 by 9 feet, or The Night Watch by Rembrandt, about 12 by 14 feet, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece is quite small. Despite its modest dimensions, the Mona Lisa captivates viewers with its incredible detail, lifelike expression, and enigmatic smile. The painting's relatively small size also adds to its intimacy, drawing the observer in for a closer look at da Vinci's masterful technique, including his use of sfumato, a soft blending of tones and colors that gives the portrait its signature hazy effect. Housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris, the Mona Lisa is protected behind bulletproof glass and displayed in a climate-controlled case. Though its size might surprise first-time visitors, its impact is undeniably monumental. Number 2. Who is she really? The identity of the Mona Lisa has been a subject of fascination and debate for centuries. The most widely accepted theory is that the woman depicted is Lisa Gherardini, the wife of Florentine merchant Francesco del Giocondo. This theory is supported by historical documents, including a note by Renaissance historian Giorgio Vasari, who wrote that Leonardo da Vinci painted a portrait of Mona Lisa, a shortened form of Madonna Lisa, meaning Lady Lisa. Additionally, in 2005, a scholar discovered a note written in 1503 by a clerk named Agostino Vespucci, confirming that Leonardo was working on a portrait of Gherardini at that time. However, other theories have emerged over the years. Some historians speculate that the Mona Lisa could actually be a portrait of Leonardo's mother, Caterina, possibly painted from memory or imagined with artistic embellishments. This theory aligns with the idea that Leonardo had a deep connection with his mother, who was a peasant woman, and that he may have incorporated elements of her likeness into his masterpiece. One of the most intriguing and controversial theories is that the Mona Lisa is actually a disguised self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci himself. Some researchers have compared the facial features of the Mona Lisa with known portraits of Leonardo and found striking similarities. Supporters of this theory argue that the artist may have infused his own likeness into the painting, possibly as a playful artistic experiment, or even as a deeper statement about identity and androgyny. Other theories suggest that the portrait could be of a noble woman from Milan, Isabella d'Este, or even an entirely idealized woman, rather than a real person. Despite the uncertainty, the mystery surrounding the Mona Lisa's identity only adds to its allure, making it one of the most discussed and analyzed paintings in history. Number 3. It was stolen in 1911. One of the most shocking events in art history occurred in 1911 when the Mona Lisa was stolen right out of the Louvre Museum in Paris. The thief, Vincenzo Peruggia, was an Italian handyman and former Louvre employee who believed the painting rightfully belonged in Italy rather than France. His nationalist motives led him to devise a bold but surprisingly simple plan to take the world-famous masterpiece. On the morning of the 21st of August, 1911, Peruggia, dressed in a white smock similar to the uniforms worn by Louvre employees, entered the museum before it opened. He hid inside overnight and, in the early hours, made his move. He took the Mona Lisa off the wall, removed its protective glass case, and concealed the painting under his clothing before slipping out of the museum unnoticed. The theft wasn't discovered until the next day, sending shockwaves through France and the art world. The museum shut down for a week, and a massive investigation began. Even famous figures like Pablo Picasso and poet Guillaume Apollinaire were briefly suspected and questioned. Despite worldwide attention and frantic searches, the painting seemed to have vanished without a trace. For over 2 years, Perugia kept the Mona Lisa hidden in a trunk in his tiny apartment in Paris. His plan was to return it to Italy, believing he was a patriot, reclaiming a stolen treasure. However, in 1913, he finally attempted to sell the painting to an art dealer in Florence. The dealer, suspecting foul play, alerted the authorities, and Perugia was arrested. The Mona Lisa was safely recovered and triumphantly returned to the Louvre. Remained ever since, though now under much stricter security. Perugia served a short prison sentence of just over a year, as many Italians at the time saw him as a misguided patriot rather than a criminal. Ironically, the heist only boosted the painting's fame, cementing its status as the world's most recognized artwork. Number 4. She's been attacked multiple times. The Mona Lisa has endured multiple attacks throughout history, but thanks to modern security measures, including bulletproof glass, it remains safe for millions of visitors to admire at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Despite its small size, the painting has been the target of vandals, who over the years have tried to damage it using various objects, from acid to teacups. One of the most serious attacks occurred in 1956, when a vandal threw acid at the painting while it was on display in a museum in Montauban, France. The acid damaged the lower part of the artwork, requiring restoration efforts to repair the affected area. Later that same year, another attacker threw a rock at the painting, chipping a small piece of paint near Mona Lisa's left elbow. This damage is still visible today, though carefully restored. In 1974, during an exhibition in Tokyo, a woman protesting the museum's lack of accessibility for people with disabilities sprayed red paint on the protective glass covering the Mona Lisa. Fortunately, the glass prevented any damage to the painting itself. Then, in 2009, a woman visiting the Louvre threw a ceramic teacup at the painting in an apparent act of frustration. Again, the bulletproof glass protected the artwork, leaving it unharmed. Most recently, in 2022, a climate activist disguised as an elderly woman in a wheelchair attempted to smear cake on the Mona Lisa, claiming it was to raise awareness for environmental issues. The act shocked onlookers, but the glass shield prevented any harm. Due to these repeated attacks, the Mona Lisa is now housed in a climate-controlled, bulletproof case and is watched over by security at all times. While visitors can no longer get as close as they once could, these protections ensure that Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece remains intact for generations to come. Number 5. Her smile is an optical illusion. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Mona Lisa is her enigmatic smile, which seems to change depending on the angle and distance from which you view it. Sometimes, she appears to be subtly smiling, while at other moments, her expression seems more neutral or even melancholic. This mysterious effect is the result of Leonardo da Vinci's masterful use of sfumato, a painting technique that blends light and shadow so seamlessly that there are no harsh lines or abrupt transitions between colors. Sfumato, which means soft or smoky in Italian, was a groundbreaking artistic method developed by da Vinci. Instead of outlining the edges of facial features with distinct lines, he used delicate, almost imperceptible layers of paint to create gradual shifts in tone. This technique mimics the way light naturally interacts with the human face, giving the Mona Lisa a soft, almost ethereal quality. The key to her changing smile lies in how our eyes process visual information. When you look directly at her lips, the fine details become clearer, and her expression appears more neutral. However, when you focus on her eyes or another part of the painting, your peripheral vision picks up the softer shadows around her mouth, making it seem as though she is smiling more warmly. This optical illusion creates the sensation that her expression shifts and moves, making her seem more lifelike and engaging. Leonardo da Vinci, who was both an artist and a scientist, deeply studied human anatomy, optics, and perception, which allowed him to create this effect with remarkable precision. The Mona Lisa's smile continues to intrigue viewers and art historians alike, proving that even after more than 500 years, Da Vinci's genius remains unmatched. Number 6. It has its own room at the Louvre. The Mona Lisa is one of the most visited and protected artworks in the world, and because of its immense popularity, it has its own climate-controlled, bulletproof glass display case at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Every year, millions of visitors flock to see Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, making it the museum's biggest attraction. However, if you're planning a visit, be prepared it's almost always crowded. Due to its historical significance, fragility, and past attacks, the Mona Lisa is housed in a high-security glass enclosure that maintains strict temperature and humidity controls to prevent damage. This ensures the preservation of the delicate oil painting on a wood panel, which is more vulnerable to environmental changes than canvas-based artworks. The display is also positioned in a way that minimizes light exposure, preventing long-term fading or deterioration. Despite its small size, just 30 by 21 inches, 77 by 53 centimeters, the painting draws massive crowds, with visitors often needing to wait in long lines just to catch a brief glimpse. Many people find themselves jostling for position, as the painting is displayed behind a barricade, keeping viewers at a distance. It's common for visitors to raise their phones above their heads to snap a photo over the sea of people. Even with the crowds, seeing the Mona Lisa in person is a special experience, as it offers a chance to appreciate the fine details and mysterious expression that have captivated audiences for over 500 years. For those who want a quieter viewing, visiting the Louvre early in the morning or on weekdays may provide a slightly better chance to get a clear look at the world's most famous smile. Number 7. She doesn't have eyebrows. One of the most puzzling details about the Mona Lisa is the absence of her eyebrows and eyelashes. At first glance, it might seem as though Leonardo da Vinci simply chose to leave them out. But the reason behind this missing feature has been a topic of debate among art historians for years. One theory is that Leonardo never finished painting them. As a perfectionist, he was known to work on his paintings for years, constantly refining details. Some believe he may have intended to add the eyebrows later but never got around to it. Given that Leonardo was notorious for leaving projects incomplete, he worked on the Mona Lisa for over 4 years and carried it with him until his death. This theory is certainly plausible. Another possibility is that the eyebrows and eyelashes were originally there but have faded over time. The Mona Lisa was painted using delicate layers of oil paint on a poplar wood panel, making it especially vulnerable to aging, environmental exposure, and past restoration efforts. Over the centuries, various cleaning techniques may have unintentionally removed fine details, including the eyebrows. Early copies of the Mona Lisa, created by other artists during Leonardo's time, do show her with more defined eyebrows, suggesting that they may have once been present in the original. In 2007, a high-resolution scan by scientist Pascal Cott revealed faint traces of what appear to be previously painted eyebrows, supporting the theory that they either faded or were removed through overzealous cleaning. Whether intentional or not, the lack of eyebrows only adds to the painting's mysterious aura. It contributes to the Mona Lisa's otherworldly, almost surreal quality, making her expression even more ambiguous and captivating. This subtle detail is yet another reason why Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece continues to intrigue art lovers and scholars centuries after its creation. Number 8. It's the most valuable painting in the world. The Mona Lisa is often considered priceless, as it is one of the most famous and historically significant paintings in the world. However, if we were to put a number on it, the last official valuation happened in 1962, when it was insured for $100 million before a rare exhibition in the United States. Adjusted for inflation, that would be equivalent to over $900 million. Today, though, many experts believe it could fetch well over $1 billion if it were ever put up for sale. Of course, the Mona Lisa is so valuable that it's essentially beyond price. No amount of money could truly replace it. It is a cultural icon, an irreplaceable masterpiece, and a major part of France's national heritage. The French government has made it clear that the painting is not for sale, and it remains the crown jewel of the Louvre Museum, drawing millions of visitors each year. If the Mona Lisa were ever auctioned, it would likely shatter records. The current title for the most expensive painting ever sold belongs to Salvator Mundi, another painting attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, which was sold for $450.3 million in 2017. Given the Mona Lisa's cultural impact, worldwide recognition, and status as arguably the most famous painting in history, its value could easily double or triple that amount. However, the Mona Lisa is far more than just a valuable painting. It's a symbol of art itself, making it truly priceless in every sense of the word. Number 9. It inspired many parodies. The Mona Lisa isn't just the world's most famous painting, it's also one of the most parodied and reimagined artworks in history. From humorous mustache drawings to modern internet memes, Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece has been continuously reinvented across different cultures, styles, and media. One of the most famous artistic reinterpretations came from Salvador Dalí, the renowned surrealist painter. In his work, Self-Portrait as Mona Lisa, 1954, Dalí fused his own face with that of the Mona Lisa, creating an eerie and dreamlike version of the painting. He also played with the painting's mystique in his 1963 piece, Mona Lisa's Mustache, a nod to the absurdist humor surrounding the artwork. Another legendary reimagination came from Andy Warhol, the pop art icon. In the 1960s, Warhol produced a series of silkscreen prints featuring the Mona Lisa in bold, vibrant colors, much like his famous Marilyn Monroe prints. His work, 30 Are Better Than One, 1963, displayed multiple copies of the Mona Lisa side by side, commenting on mass production, celebrity culture, and the way famous images are endlessly reproduced. Perhaps the most infamous alteration of the Mona Lisa came from Marcel Duchamp, a pioneer of conceptual art. In 1919, he took a postcard of the painting and drew a mustache and goatee on her face, titling it LHOOQ, a French pun that, when spoken aloud, sounds like Elle a chaud au cul, roughly translating to, she has a hot butt. This provocative take was a playful jab at the art world, challenging traditional notions of beauty and reverence. Beyond the art world, the Mona Lisa has appeared in movies, advertisements, album covers, graffiti, and countless memes. Whether she's depicted wearing sunglasses, holding a smartphone, or making a silly face, her image continues to be an endless source of creativity and reinvention. No other painting has been remixed and reimagined quite like the Mona Lisa, proving that Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece is truly timeless. Number 10. There's a hidden code in her eyes. This one is truly fascinating. In 2010, researchers examining the Mona Lisa under a high-powered microscope discovered what appeared to be tiny numbers and letters hidden within her eyes, a mystery that has sparked intrigue and speculation. Could Leonardo da Vinci, known for his love of science, symbolism, and secret messages, have intentionally left behind a hidden code? The discovery was made by Silvano Vincetti, an Italian art historian, who claimed that within the painting's right eye, the letters L and V are faintly visible, potentially standing for Leonardo da Vinci's initials. In her left eye, other symbols were found, including what some interpret as the letters C and E, or possibly the number 72. These markings are nearly invisible to the naked eye and had gone unnoticed for centuries. What could these symbols mean? There are several theories. Leonardo's signature. The letters L and V could simply be Da Vinci's way of subtly signing his work, something not commonly done in his time. Numerology and mysticism. Some researchers believe the number 72 could be a reference to Jewish mysticism or biblical symbolism, as the number appears frequently in religious texts. A hidden identity? Could the letters C and E refer to someone's initials? Some speculate they could hint an unknown sitter or model for the Mona Lisa. A secret code or Da Vinci's hidden knowledge. Leonardo da Vinci was deeply interested in mathematics, science, and the occult. Some believe these tiny markings could be an encoded message, possibly relating to the golden ratio, which he frequently used in his art, or even a clue about a hidden message within the painting. Despite these theories, many art historians remain skeptical, suggesting that the symbols could be the result of paint deterioration, cracks, or restorations over time, rather than intentional markings. regardless of the true meaning. This discovery adds yet another layer of mystery and intrigue to the Mona Lisa, keeping Da Vinci's most famous masterpiece at the center of artistic and historical speculation even after 500 years. What do you think? Was Leonardo leaving us a secret message? Or is it just a coincidence? And there you have it. 10 mind-blowing facts about the Mona Lisa. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.